Subject: May I ask you to listen to a melody before asking you to consider a theory? Dear Professor, may I ask you to listen to a melody before asking you to consider a theory? This may seem like an unusual request since I am writing to you about theoretical physics. The reason is simple. It was through music that I came to the question I wish to share with you. My name is Orion Karl Daley. For much of my life, I have pursued two passions that appeared to have little in common. One has been an exploration of theoretical physics. The other has been composing music. For years, I believed music and physics were separate journeys. Yet I sensed they were engaged in a quiet conversation, each asking questions the other seemed uniquely able to answer. It would take me many years to understand the language they had been speaking all along. One sought to understand the architecture of the universe. The other sought to express beauty through sound. Only recently did I realize they had been leading me, all along, toward the very same question. That realization changed not only how I thought about music, but also how I thought about time itself. The insight did not arrive through a new equation. It arrived unexpectedly while reflecting upon music. As physicists, we speak comfortably about time. We measure it with extraordinary precision, and we incorporate it into our equations with remarkable success. We also speak of time as a dimension. Yet if someone were to ask us, not mathematically but intuitively, what we actually mean by the dimension of time, where would we begin? I have come to believe we would begin, not in a laboratory, but with a melody. A single note is not music. A melody is not a thing. It is a relationship that emerges as individual notes become connected through time. A single note possesses measurable frequency, amplitude, and duration. It can be analyzed completely. Yet, no matter how thoroughly we describe that one note, we will never discover the melody within it. A melody exists only because one note becomes related to another across what could be called the dimension of time. Time is not merely something we measure with clocks. It is the dimension within which coherent temporal relationships become possible. Without it, there can be no melody, no rhythm, no anticipation, no resolution. Indeed, no coherent musical structure at all. This realization encouraged me to revisit ideas I had been developing over many years within a theoretical framework I call relative gravity. Relative gravity is an object-oriented exploration of gravity, coherence, emergence, and physical relationships. Rather than beginning with geometry alone, it asks whether coherent physical structure may emerge from the relationships among objects in ways analogous to the emergence of music from relationships among notes. Over the years, this investigation has grown into a series of 7 books. 5 have recently been republished as hardcover editions, with the remaining 2 volumes now in preparation. I do not send this letter expecting agreement, nor do I presume that an unconventional perspective should be accepted simply because it is unconventional. Science advances through careful examination, thoughtful criticism, and open dialogue. It is in that spirit that I offer these thoughts. My hope is simply to place before you a question that has become impossible for me to ignore. If music offers one of the clearest experiences of the dimension of time, might it also illuminate aspects of physical reality that we have not yet fully articulated? Whether the answer is yes or no is less important than whether the question itself deserves consideration. If that question interests you, I would be honored if you explored the Relative Gravity series. I welcome thoughtful criticism, no less than thoughtful agreement, for both contribute to understanding. Thank you for the extraordinary work you and your colleagues continue to do in expanding humanity's knowledge of the universe. With respect, Orion Karl Daley.